Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and we will be going over health idioms this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you are. We're going over health idioms. Again, let me show you the material. This is your health. We will first talk about how are you feeling today. We'll go over some idioms and check the meaning. We'll rewrite sentences, and then we will have a discussion. So, hope to see you all in class. Quickly introduce myself. My name is Holly, and I am from the United States, where it is midnight right now. I am a self-professed night owl, where I like to be up at night, so this is perfect for me. I am currently living in Idaho. I've been here for about 5 years now. Before that, I lived in Finland for 11 years, and then I also have lived in South Korea for just under 2 years, and started teaching in '94 and have started teaching online in 2006. Took a couple years off from teaching full time in 2011, and then I'm back. Came back to teaching online again in last summer in September. Came to Verbling in September of 2013 or 2014. I mean, man, it's already 2015. Wow. So anyway, today's topic will be on your health, and we will be going over specific idioms that you will learn, or if you have not already learned it, or practice it if you already have. And then we will end the class with a discussion on health. So that is the plan for today. So anyway, as we wait for students to come. So
Hello again.
hi, Johnny, how are you?
I'm good.
So I heard your voice before I saw your image. It's kind of funny. So yeah, for some reason, for the last week and a half or 2 weeks, the classes have been very small. So, which is nice
Oh,
for people
I
because you guys get plenty of time, plenty of practice. So,
yes. I think most of the people are on their vacation or holiday.
oh really?
Yes. During Christmas or the New Year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
there are some people like, depending on the country you're from. Um, yeah, you're right. In Europe, they wouldn't be because in Europe they start off, but in Asia, for example, a lot of students and a lot of people are on holiday right now. Yeah,
Yes, they're going back to their home country. For
yeah, and then
example, like a lot of the international students, they are going back
uh,
to yeah.
yeah, and then South America people, this is their summer holiday time too. Yeah.
So how
And
long for
adding back
the
up.
holidays in South America?
Oh, I don't. Well, I don't know. It depends on the job probably, but they're summertime too.
Oh. So
Yeah.
what's your plan? Do you want to travel to anywhere? Like,
Oh, I do right now though. I'm pretty much sticking close to home. I've so far had a chance to travel to 14 countries, and I would like to increase that just a bit. So
oh, 14 countries. Oh,
yeah,
that's quite a lot.
yeah. So it is, but I know people that have traveled to a lot more. So
Oh.
so
Have you been to Burma?
no, no.
Yep, because I saw that on the magazine today. That's the
Is that on
number
your
one,
list?
yeah, on the magazine.
Okay.
Not on my list.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that was the name of the country, but that's the old city. There are
Uh-huh.
lots of the old temples as
Mhm.
well, and
Mhm.
it looks like Angkor Wat, but
Mhm.
a lot of people they are willing to go there to have a look.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about Burma, but not much. I had somebody tell me that I should investigate teaching there. So, 'cause
Maybe you should.
yeah, I'm kind of thinking that if I go abroad again to teach, there's two places that I'm kind of it's actually three places that I'm kind of thinking.
Yes,
One is India, because I've got a good friend and his family that lives there, and
yes,
there's always a company, there's always these call centers in India that are looking for teachers. The other one is China. I have
yes.
a friend who actually just did a 3-year contract, and she's already been there for 2 years. So she seems to be very happy there. And I thought, And then
Oh,
the other one, it would be South America, and that's been actually since I've been talking to all these people in Verbling, um, and learning
yeah.
more about the South American culture.
As
So
I know that lots of people from Americas are practicing their English or maybe Spanish or verbally, or maybe they don't need to practice their Spanish.
no, they don't.
So do
That's they're Brazilian.
oh the
So
Brazilian.
yeah, because
Oh,
they speak
okay.
Portuguese.
Or
So
in South America.
yeah, in Brazil they speak Portuguese, and all the rest of the
Okay,
country speaks Spanish.
Spanish. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, but I've met a lot of people from South America, and I'm really I've spent like 3 or 4 days in Colombia and Bogota, and I loved it, and I would go down there in a minute. So, but I've heard some good things about a lot of the countries down there. So,
Oh, maybe
yeah.
next year I can go there for visiting
Yeah,
or
Brazil's a
traveling.
great. Try work on meeting people from South America, so
Yeah,
through
but
verbally, and then
I was told that the weather is way too hot in Brazil or maybe South America.
yeah, well, I mean, probably not any different than New Zealand.
Oh, so you mean it's the same? Like it's
I
not too hot, but it's not too cold.
Depends on where you go. So
Ah, yeah,
what I've learned is Colombia is pretty, depending on where in Colombia, but say for example in Bogota, the average temperature year round is 20 degrees.
oh, that's not too bad.
That's pretty good. So,
Yes.
but then some guys from Brazil told me that they can get up to 40 degrees. But of course, that isn't
Wow.
year round. That's just during their hot season. And, you
So
know,
that's why they put on the short all the time on the
yeah,
beach.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's why
what I get from Brazil.
that's how I get from New Zealand too. What's New Zealand like?
New Zealand.
That's where you're
Uh,
living, right?
the people here are quite lazy, maybe laid back, as I
Um,
can say.
uh-huh.
They just like they enjoy their life. They
Uh-huh.
wear gender all the time, not all the time, most of the time.
Uh-huh.
So they like to go fishing,
Mhm.
hunting, and
Mhm.
then enjoy the nature.
Mhm.
So at the weekend they can go climbing, tramping, like just enjoy the time with their family.
Mm.
Yeah, so generally speaking, it's very good.
Yeah, so they have, because in English we have in English we say it this way. There's two types of mentalities towards work and life. There's people who work to live, and then there's people who live to work. And so people in New Zealand live to work. I mean, work
Yes.
to live. They work and so they can live. And then in the U.S., for example, we all live to work. So,
Really?
but well,
But
no,
as I
it
know that lots
it
of
dep
Americans they also
yeah.
like
It depends on the age.
oh
The
okay.
older generations, this is the younger generations, people who were born from like 1980 onwards, and people who were born from 1965 downwards, and then
Yeah.
between 65 and 80 were a mixed bag. So some
Yeah.
some work to live and some live to work. So
Yeah.
um,
In some American movies, I saw the very old man who is driving the luxury cars and then on the street. It seems
Uh-huh.
like showing off.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Uh-huh. Um, I don't know. Possibly. I've been old men who show off their cars.
Yes.
Possibly.
Maybe I'm stereotype.
Yeah, I think it's more of that's more of a stereotype there. But I think, like, for example, my uncle, who's in his 60s, got a Mercedes. I think it's a Mercedes convertible, and his wife is scared to drive it, you know, and he's very proud of it, and I've visited their home 3 times since I came back to the States, and I've
Yeah.
never got a chance to ride it. So
Uh, maybe next time
yeah,
you can ask.
hopefully one
Yeah.
day he'll let me ride, not drive it. I just want to ride in it. But and my dad had he ended up through, I don't know, he got a also got a convertible little tiny yellow, bright yellow car.
Oh,
So
you said the word convertible. Is it like so I'm not sure what's that mean, the convertible. Is it?
let me let me show you um,
Yeah.
in Google Images. That'll help. And convertible is when you can take the top off. So
Oh, I got it. I got it.
yeah, so his car was this color, and it was a little bit smaller, but it was like this. And he and my brother got it in a trade, and so my brother let him drive it, and he just had the funnest time, you know, because here he was, this little old man driving this convertible car, and kind of a convertible sports car, and it was cute the way he talked about it, and it was like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So
He must be proud of his car,
well, I
Mercedes.
mean,
Yeah.
well, he passed away 11 years ago this week. So but
Oh, sorry
he
to hear about that.
no, no, it's you know, it's the way life is. But he loved it. But they did end up selling it. They sold it for another car that was more practical. But I think he had it for about a year or something like that, and he just had all kinds of fun with it. So I can't see
Hmm.
it. I can't seem to find the model his car was. Um, so yeah, I guess, you know, some men do, and then I would say that the well, let's see. I'm gonna type this in. Um, old man's car. Let's see. I would think the average man would drive. Yeah, there's not really no. It looks like this doesn't even show a good no.
No.
But there isn't really. I think it's a stereotype, but there isn't really any one type of car that an older man would drive. So,
Okay. Okay. Because
but
I saw one articles on the internet, or
uh-huh.
maybe the article is trying to maybe to say something he see or he saw.
Uh-huh.
Then
Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I haven't been to America, then I have no idea. But
Yeah.
one days I want to go and to explore what can I say? Explore the America. So how can I
Uh,
say in a sentence? Because
um
I want to use the word explore.
one place I want to go to explore is,
Oh, okay, okay.
so I'll write that down. Um okay. So, for example, the one place I would love to explore is
The one
Mongol
place I would love to explore
is
is
Mongolia.
Mongolia.
That's my dream.
Really?
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you been there?
Oh, the closest I've been there would be South Korea.
Yeah. As I know that Mongolia is close to Russia
Uh-huh. Yeah.
and it's very cold. The people like to drink the cold goat milk.
Goat milk, really?
Oh, goat milk. Sorry, goat milk. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I imagine Mongolia to be is people dressed in really, really thick fur
Thick.
coats.
Yeah, and they like wrestling.
Okay, okay, that's one thing. Hi, okay, Ken. So did you go run an errand? Okay,
Sorry. Yeah. Hello.
did you?
Yeah.
Hi, did you run an errand?
Errand? What is
Yeah.
errand?
You said a couple months back that a lot of times you're late to these classes when
Mm-hmm.
you go from when you go from one class to the next because you go and you run an errand or you do something between.
Yes, yes. I
Oh.
was doing some work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, whether
So
it's getting coffee or going to the shop or something. But Johnny
um.
and I,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. I was yeah. I was kind of cleaning up or yeah
Uh-huh.
something like that. That's such simple task.
Cool. Cool. Well, that's great. I mean, you were productive. That's what you need to be. So, yeah. So Johnny and I were just talking about, we were just doing some free conversation. So,
Hmm.
well, I figured we'll get to this eventually, this worksheet. But Johnny, you were just going to finish the sentence. So you were saying the one place.
Oh, the one place I would love to explore is um, um, Burma.
Uh-huh. Okay, but you were talking about the U.S.
Oh, US. Oh, yeah, it's the US.
Okay. Okay, all of the U.S. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, okay. Have you done a lot of traveling?
No, not so much.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Where would you like to go?
Now?
Yeah, if you could go, if somebody
Mm,
gave you money right now and said, go to the
Mm.
airport, fly away, where would you go?
Maybe it's just winter time, so I want to escape from this cold,
Uh-huh.
and I want to speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So Australia,
Australia.
Australia or New Zealand.
Australia.
Yeah. So is the weather
Welcome,
nice?
welcome.
Is the weather nice there in New Zealand, Johnny?
Right now,
Oh,
it is very nice. I can see the blue sky and how to say the, it's a little bit hot at the moment, but at
Mm-hmm.
night, wonderful. I can
Yeah.
have a what's it called, a best dreams as ever. I don't know how to
Uh-huh.
say this word.
You,
Yeah,
I sleep well.
I sleep well. Yes, I sleep well.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, Ake. Somewhere warm.
mhm. Yeah.
But of course, I like winter. I think I'd still like to go somewhere where it's winter. So I'd go to Mongolia. So, but anyway, all right. Well, let's go ahead and do this worksheet. And so the first a warm up discussion we have here is how are you feeling today? And I think everybody's feeling okay, right?
Yeah,
So
okay.
we've actually
Oh,
warmed up.
I'm feeling excellent.
Excellent, good. There was
Yeah.
another class that actually Alexander was in before the last one that you guys were all in about weather idioms. And if somebody is if you're feeling unwell, if you're not feeling well, you can say, "Well, I'm under the weather today."
I'm under the weather today.
And so to be under the weather means I'm not feeling well.
Mhm.
All right, I'm unwell. So
Okay,
that's
I'm under the weather. Yes.
mhm. Just
Maybe,
an,
sorry. Usually people say, "How are you?" as a greeting. Maybe, how are you feeling today? Maybe doctor ask?
um.
No?
Yeah, or say a doctor would ask that, or someone who's very close to you that knows what's going on in your day-to-day life.
Uh-huh, I see.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
how are you is is basically it's a greeting that you, depending on how it's asked, you don't actually have to answer it. For example, when I was in Korea, I finally had a student ask me. He said, "Holly, why do you walk by me and say hi, how are you, and then you don't wait for the answer?" You know, and I noticed after that, I noticed whenever an American would come up to me, we would say, "How are you? How are you?" And both of us would say, "How are you?" And then we would walk.
Yes,
And
that's right.
yeah, and in Korea, um then the next year was living with a Korean family for a little bit, and I would come up to them and they would say, "Hi, Holly, have you eaten today?" And I would
Oh,
get so
the same in
mad.
China. The
Yeah,
same in
and
China.
well, and is it true, Johnny, that when you say how have you eaten, you should always say yes?
Yes, most of the time, because in
Yeah.
the capital city, Beijing, they say that someone asks you, "Have you eaten today?" So you answer yes, which means you live well, and then you say, "I didn't." That means you live not that well.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I know from the people there.
In
They told
Beijing.
me. Yeah, in
Okay.
Beijing. Yeah.
Okay. And in Korea, what I finally learned, it took me a long time to learn, but at first I was I got very annoyed and got very upset because I felt like they were trying to be my mother, and I was 25, and I was young, but I thought I was older, and um, and they said they would say, "Have you eaten today?" And half the time I had not, because I had not stopped to eat, and I would get so annoyed. But I learned that you should always say yes, because if you say no, a Korean will feel honor bound to give you food.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if you're ever traveling in Korea, always say yes. So, but it's the same kind of thing. In how are you? You always say fine, because otherwise, if you say anything else, the person will feel like they have to listen, and they don't really want to because they don't really care, you know.
Yes.
So,
I
but
agree.
yeah, yeah, because it's probably the same in New Zealand
Mm.
too, right?
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought the people in Korea they will ask 감사합니다. Oh no,
감사합니다.
is it Korean?
Yeah, 감사합니다.
But I think it means thank you.
Yeah, 감사합니다 means thank you.
안녕하세요.
Oh, thank.
안녕하십니까?
안녕하세요.
Oh
안녕하세요.
yes,
Yeah, that's
yes,
yeah.
yes.
안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. That's go in peace and stay in peace.
Oh, I
Oh,
see.
okay.
So
Mhm.
when you leave a shop, or if you leave people, you'll say one and the other will say the other. Go in peace. 안녕히 계세요. 안녕히 가세요.
You pronounce perfectly.
Wow. Yes.
Those are the only words I remember, and but I don't remember the greeting though, because they spoke to me in English.
Oh, okay.
I
But
see.
yeah, but I
But
still do that when I go to a
I
Korean shop.
sometimes watch Korean dramas. They say 안녕, maybe casual, 안녕 casual, and
Yeah,
안녕하세요 and 안녕하십니까 is maybe most polite.
yeah,
Probably. Yeah.
possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on my understanding about Korean, of course, it's been 20 years for me, um, but they have different words for who you're talking to. So if you are older, you'll have one vocabulary, and if you're younger, you'll have another, and if you're born in the same year, you'll have another. So there's three words for the same meaning.
Hmm.
Mm.
So
I
so
see.
one word is that I remember is kapshida, and then
갑시다.
kaja, and kapshida means kapshida and kaja means let's go. You
Mhm.
know, but I don't remember which is for the older and which is for the younger. So,
Kashda, kashda.
Kapshida and Kaja. But anyway, this isn't a Korean class. So where is the Koreans?
Yeah.
Jong, where are you? So we've had some Koreans take classes. So
Yes.
Yeah, but no, that's a fun language actually. And actually, Japanese is too, but I've never tried to learn Chinese. Is is Chinese easy? I've heard it's really hard.
Difficult. It's difficult for the people who the first language is not Chinese.
Hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I've learned. If I remember right, it was there was the U.S. State Department had a website, and they probably still do, but I don't know where it is, where it
Yeah.
ranked the languages based on how difficult it is for Americans to learn,
Yes.
and Chinese was one on the top on of most difficulty.
What was the second one?
Oh, I don't remember. And Arabic was also, I think, one of the harder ones. Um,
Yeah. But
but
for me at the moment, I think English is difficult to
yeah,
just like to communicate effectively.
uh-huh,
Yeah,
yeah,
because yeah,
yeah. You're at an advanced level, and you're at the point where you want to communicate even deeper, and that's where you've got to get.
yes, deeper.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So, because you can talk about basically anything, right, Johnny? I think both of you are very good.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
just the basic, yeah.
Yeah. So just getting deeper. And do you find that the Kiwis are open, or are they
You
pretty closed
mean
off to foreigners?
easy to talk to, and then yes, some of them are quite open,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes they make fun of the foreigners, but just not personally,
Uh-huh.
and they want to make friends with others, but depends on which area. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, like Auckland, so Auckland is a global, how to say, globalized, a lot of the people from different countries live in
Yeah.
Auckland.
Uh-huh. So
Yeah,
it's
so
metropolitan.
metropolitan, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, like a small town in South Island, then the people are not quite friendly.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. And I think that's very similar here. Since I came back to the States, I've gotten really irritated when I hear people say to others, all foreigners should be able to speak English. It's like, okay, well, when you travel, do you speak their language? They shouldn't have to speak English. So, but but anyway, I have a different frame of view since I didn't haven't lived in the U.S. for this long. So anyway,
Yeah.
let's see if we can learn these idioms real quick. We have the mend, fever, the flu, headache, and fiddle. Let's see if we can match these, and if you guys don't know it, I'll help you out. So, okay, can you try number one?
Okay, Robert has come down with blank. He'll be off work all week, I think. Come down with the flu.
Mm-hmm. The flu. Okay, definitely. Okay, and number two, Johnny.
Uh, uh, Jessica is running a fiddle
Yeah, fever.
or
Yeah,
fever,
fever.
running a fever.
I'm sorry, I forgot about this word. Yeah, fever. I thought you had said this, but you had said it wrong. So
Yeah,
I was like,
I
how
was
did he
trying
get
to
that?
say fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No.
running a fever. Okay.
Yeah. So if it gets much higher, she'll see a doctor. Excellent. Tony, okay.
Mhm. Tony always seems as fit as a fiddle.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because he has such an active lifestyle.
Yeah, so if you're fit as a fiddle, you are very, very healthy.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh, is it a
And
slang as big as a fiddle,
yeah,
or maybe
all of these are idioms.
idioms? Okay,
Yeah,
as
so
big
to
as a
come
fiddle.
come down with the flu, running a
Come down with a
fever,
fever,
fit as a
running a
fiddle.
fever. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And all right, number four, Johnny, can you do that one?
John was quite sick last month, but now he's on the mend.
Perfect. Yeah, see, you guys already know these, I think. All right. Okay. Number
Okay.
five.
That music giving me a splitting headache. Could you turn it down?
Yeah. So what is a splitting headache?
Splitting head. Maybe one side of head, only the one side of head.
Um,
Head. No,
no,
not that
no.
one.
That's probably what it should be, but usually when we say it's a splitting headache, we're exaggerating it. We're saying
I see.
so bad. It is very
Mhm.
very 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 bad. But so to be on the mend right here would be you're getting better, to get better.
Getting
Fit
better
as a fiddle,
on the mean. Yeah.
you're healthy. So running a fever. My sister just came in before the last class, and she was like, Holly, and the foster baby is running a fever, and she was going to take her somewhere tomorrow, and now she wants to leave him with me, and I'm like, so I've got to work, I've got projects, so we'll work it out. So
Yeah.
and so Robert has come down with the flu. So if you come down with, actually, I think really the idiom is to come down with
Come down
something.
with.
Yeah. So as opposed to the flu being the idiom. So okay, let's match the meaning to the idiom. Let's write. It says write the number, but I won't do that. Okay. So number one. Okay, what do you think that one would be?
To be healthy, fiddle.
Yeah. So fit as it's basically
Fit as
to
a
be
fiddle.
fit as a fiddle. Yeah.
To
Okay.
to be thick as a fiddle. Okay.
hmm And Johnny, number two.
To be getting better. He on the mend.
Yes, to be on the mend.
Or to be on the mend.
Okay. Next one. Okay.
To have influenza, the flu.
So to come
Down, come to
To
come down
come
with.
down with
down
the
with the
flu.
flu.
Okay.
Is
And
it
then
the same as running a fever? To have
um
influenza.
no, because running a fever, you could, like, for example, baby boy could be running a fever right now, because he's cutting a tooth.
Cutting it. Yeah.
Or that's his teeth are coming in because he's 15 months old, or there's all kinds of reasons to run a fever. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay, number four. Um, okay.
To have a very bad headache. That one. Splitting fever.
Yeah.
Another splitting headache.
Yeah, to have a splitting headache. Yes.
Splitting headache.
Okay, and then the final one, Johnny.
To have a high body temperature. To run a fever.
Perfect. To run a fever. Perfect. Yeah. And yeah, there's many reasons why you would run a fever. So, and the flu is one of them, but you can also have a fever with a cold or with all kinds of things. So, all right. To be fit as a fiddle, to be on the mend, to come down with the flu, to have a splitting headache, and to run a fever. Okay, so let's see if we can rewrite these sentences using the idiom from the list above. So, Johnny, can you do number one?
I have a very bad headache. I will take some aspirin and just go to bed. Um, I just a second. I have a splitting headache.
Yes, I
I
have
will
a
take some aspirin and just go to bed.
perfect. Okay, all right, and okay.
Charlie was quite badly hurt in the car accident, but she's now getting better. She's now is getting fitting as a fiddle.
No,
No, he getting better. She is now he is now on the mend.
on the mend. Perfect.
And then,
The mend. Okay, and number three, Johnny.
Uncle George is 75 years old, but is always really well. I'm really envious of him. So is fit as a fiddle.
Yeah. Yeah. Number 4, Ake.
Okay, Chad is off school today because his temperature is high. He is running a fever.
Yeah. Okay. And then number 5, Johnny.
I think I come down with the flu. I hope it isn't something more serious.
Perfect. I hope it isn't something more serious. Perfect. So fit as a fiddle. So let's look at these discussion questions. So, Johnny, are you fit as a fiddle? How is your health compared to 10 years ago?
No, I don't think I'm as fit as a fiddle. I want to. So maybe this year's New Year resolution that I will do more exercise. So right now my health compared to 10 years ago, not that good.
Hmm.
Not that good compared to 10 years old.
Yeah, I think everybody can say that. So
Yeah.
I can. Okay, can you also say that your health is not as good as compared to 10 years ago?
Probably because I'm getting old, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how I feel. Like,
Oh, but okay, you sounds quite not that old.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, everybody says my yeah voice is younger than actual age. So
Yeah, you sounds like 30, 40, 30.
oh yeah, but
He won't
I don't say
say.
my age
He won't
actually.
say. We've tried to get it out of him before,
Yeah,
Johnny.
on the
Okay.
internet, yeah, I don't say it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Secret. I know.
Identity theft, remember?
Okay.
So, but I mean, a question for you, okay? Do you
Mhm.
remember when the Beatles first came to the U.S.?
I don't remember at all.
Okay, then you're not that old. You're not like 50 or 60. So, okay. Yeah, but he could be 25 or he could be like 55. Nobody knows.
Yes,
Maybe
I
that could be
agree.
our life goal, Johnny, is to figure out how old Ake Ken is.
Okay.
So first of all, we have to figure out his true name too. So
Oh, I thought Ake is his true name.
I don't know. Is it?
Aka means AKA actually. In the old version
Oh,
of Google Hangout,
as known
my
as.
name is AKA Ken. So
Oh,
AKA
aka.
means stand for also known as.
Also, oh
Oh,
But yeah,
really?
new
AKA.
so
Hangout doesn't show that Ken part, so my name's turned to be Aka actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Aka.
I
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, usually
Everybody started calling you Ake Ken, so I started doing it too. So
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, to
So
prevent
what name you want us to call you? Aka or Ake? Ake.
Ake.
actually that means AKA. My intention is AKA Ken,
Yeah.
also known as. But Aka sounds catchy, so it's okay to call me Aka.
I think
Actually,
that's what everybody calls you, Aka or
yeah.
Ake, or it's
Okay.
funny when people come in and they're using their wife's account or they're using their husband's account and they
Mhm.
haven't, there'll be a Miguel and their real name is Maria. It's
Yeah.
like, and then I'll figure it out right away and I'll do my best to call the persons by the same name. And then at the end of the class, when I have people do discussions and ask people questions, then all of a sudden they're asking the husband's name or the wife's name. It's really funny. So, but anyway, yeah. So fit as a fiddle. We're all not as good as 10 years ago, but anyway. Next question. Okay, do you ever get splitting headaches? What kind of medicine do you take?
Mm, actually, I don't get splitting headaches so much. Yeah. So I don't use medicine. I try to recover
Mhm.
for the kind of some exercise, not extreme exercise, or
Mhm.
one nurse in the class advised us to drink a lot of water, liquid.
Mhm.
I would do that if, but I don't know about splitting headaches. What's gonna
Mhm.
be like? So I
Yeah.
don't know.
Okay. 'Cause you don't get them. My mom admitted to me just like 6 months ago that she never gets headaches. And my sister and I have been plagued with them since we were small. So we were like both mad at her for a little bit. So, Mom, you never get headaches. So, Johnny, how about you? Do you ever get splitting headaches? What kind of medicine
Um,
do you take?
I think I'm the same as okay, because I only
Hmm.
get headache from time to time, but not
Hmm.
splitting headache, and I
Wow.
don't take any medication.
Wow.
Yeah. I, I
I
got
don't.
I got headache, but just like normal headache, not splitting
Uh-huh.
headache.
Not a
Yeah.
splitting headache. I I don't think a week goes by that I don't take medicine for a headache. And
Yeah.
I'll wake up with one, or I'll go to sleep with one, or something. What?
Do you take any
Not,
medicine like for
only over the counter. Do you guys know what that means? Over the counter.
over the counter uh under pressure?
Oh, this is basically where you can just walk into the drugstore or walk into the store and buy it. You
Oh,
do not need a doctor's prescription. So I usually will take a combination, and I know you're not supposed to do this, but I do it anyway. A combination of acetaminophen and I I oh no, I can't ibuprofen, which
ibuprofen.
might be ibuprofen in your countries, but ibuprofen and acetaminophen, and
Maybe
sometimes
the
aspirin together.
over the counter means medicine which needs a prescription or
No, it does not need a prescription.
that's not okay. I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So prescription is a paper, is it, or the word
Yeah.
from the pharmacist,
Yes, it's the paper from the doctor to the
or the
pharmacist.
paper from the doctor?
Yeah. So, like most of the over-the-counter medicine you can buy, you can just go in and say, I need some aspirin, for example, or I need some cold medicine, and they'll give it to you. But for a prescription, you have to go to the doctor. Of course, it depends on on the country as well.
Mm.
So, um, but anyway, what advice would you give someone who is running a fever, Johnny?
Um, Drink more water and go to bed.
Go to bed. Yeah, yeah, and take some aspirin if you're
Take
if
some
you're
aspirin. Yeah.
if you're
Oh,
older,
but in New
old
Zealand, the
enough.
people take Panadol.
Uh-huh, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of Panadol. I don't know where and why. Somebody even asked me a couple days ago if I knew of it.
But
So
is it the same as aspirin?
I
Panadol.
think it's similar. It's like acetaminophen, ibuprofen, aspirin. They're all painkillers of some kind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe with different names.
Mhm. Yeah, different brand names as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. What advice would you give someone who is running a fever?
Maybe drinking water and how can I say put the cold seat on the head.
Oh, okay. A
And
cold what on the head?
cold seat. I mean how can I say seat like thing to cold seat like
A sheet of. Okay.
patch. Yeah.
Okay. So
Cold,
maybe put a
cold pad on the head.
cold
Yeah.
cloth might be
Cold.
better.
A
Cold
cold
cloth
cloth.
on the head. Yeah,
Okay.
because I heard what I heard was this, and I know you didn't mean this. I heard seed. 'Cause
See.
you got the eed right, but I didn't hear the sh, and then you said a d sound. So sheet,
Shit.
sheet. No, see, sheet. So be careful that first word you said, because that's a danger word in English, right?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
for me it's SH and SE and SI is very difficult to distinguish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These words are danger words in English.
Yes. I try
Mm.
my best to like pronounce them correct because
Mhm.
I know lots of people they pronounce it like very badly and they make
Mhm.
people misunderstanding.
Mhm. Yeah, and then they go, "What? What are you saying? What are you saying?" So, this word, I was my very first year of teaching. I had a class and I had put a bunch of discussion topics on the board. And the class had a 14-year-old girl in it, and the rest were about 25 or 21 to 25. And I said to the class, "What topic do you want to talk about?" And one of the ladies raised her hand and said, "Well, I want to talk about illegal fucking." And I heard, "This is a P, this P is an F, this is a U, no R, and K. I want to talk about illegal parking." And I heard a completely different word. And I was very, very confused. So finally, she had to write it out for me. But it was like, I didn't know that that was illegal, But anyway,
Is she from Korea?
she was from Korea, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
so, but the R, she didn't say the R, and the P sounded like an
Yeah,
F.
yeah.
And
Because as I know some Korean they pronounce the P as F.
yes, the P and the F, that's a
Yeah,
Korean problem.
yeah.
Yeah, and this one I think is for every language. Sheet and
Yes.
beach.
The second one is a little bit hard for me. So
Uh,
that's why I pronounce it quite slowly. Beach.
yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
better to do that. It's
Yes.
it's one of the things that I've learned is when people have either really strong accents or they're having difficulty saying specific words. Most of the time it's because they are trying to speak too fast and trying to sound as fast as a native speaker. And
Yes.
so I tell them, slow down. And if you slow down, you will find that you people will understand you. So
Hmm.
that's
Yeah,
one thing. But
SHSI problem is big because it's very difficult to get. Maybe most Japanese, I guess.
this
We only have a SI sound,
the
only one
essay.
sound, but for native speakers, it's a different sound.
Yeah,
SI maybe I can say CC, but SH, even though I practice a lot, but I cannot do this.
yeah, because it's in the back of the mouth. Shh. The C and shh. Yeah, completely.
Mm,
C is in the front. Your tongue is touching the back of your teeth. Here, I'm gonna
mm,
get off the screen. Get on the screen. You've got this with C. The first one, C. Your tongue is touching
mhm.
your teeth. But with the sh, it's in the back. And your
Don't
tongue,
touch.
your tongue is not touching your teeth. But yeah, and this is another problem. Rice and lice is also a problem with Japanese speakers.
Yeah, but I think I practice a lot, so maybe
I
I
think
think
you're
I can
fine.
get over
Yeah,
that one.
yeah,
Now it's I.
yeah. And in Korea, I used to have students say "vote village available" because they had problems with the V and the W. So every language groups have problems with
Mm.
specific sounds. What is your problem, Johnny? What do you struggle with?
R sound.
R. Okay.
Yeah. So the first time when I came to New Zealand, I don't know how to pronounce red.
Uh-huh. Red.
Yeah, but
Red.
now it's getting better. But that's
Mhm.
my problem.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
and
the
because
other
that's in
one,
the middle of the mouth, it's hard to explain that one. So,
yes.
and the other sound?
And another one is like can't remember at the moment.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe Asa, and I forget the other one. Oh yes, S and X. S X.
Exit.
Yeah,
Exit.
so
Yeah.
S for sugar and X S for yeah that one. That one is hard for me.
Exit and sugar. Ah, I've never worked with anybody with that sound.
Yeah.
Exit. Yeah, that. I'm gonna have to think about exit sugar. It's because it's very similar in the mouth.
It is.
X, because both of them are in the back. In the
Yeah.
back where like C and C is in the front, she is in the back, but with X and they're both in the back.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna have to think about that one. X, well, it's X. Well, with the X, your back of your tongue moves. With the
Yeah.
your back of the tongue does not move. That's the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's my tongue. I just like
Yeah, it's
maybe.
about where it's 90% of the time with pronunciation issues, when it comes to specific sounds like that, it's because people are not putting their tongue in the right place.
Okay.
So once you learn where the tongue goes, then you can practice. So a lot of people, for example, that have problems with the th sound, the
The
the the goes between your teeth.
yeah
It goes right there.
the
Once they
the
realize that, then it's no problem. but
yeah
but it's learning that. But with X and the X moves the tongue moves further up in the back, where the doesn't, stays in the back.
the
But
the
it's hard. That's a hard. I think that
yeah.
would be hard to
Yeah.
master.
Oh, have you guys ever heard someone saying that he said I like fly lice.
I like
Have you
fried
heard
lice.
that?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
tongue twister.
yeah. Because he want to say fried rice, but he's saying fly and
Oops, I
lice.
said it wrong. I like fried rice, and I'm spelling it right. I said it wrong. Fried. You're supposed to say I like fried rice, but yeah,
Yeah.
lice and rice. I actually had written that on the board before I got off. But lice and rice are also very commonly mistaken. But like Ake said that he was. They said they like fly lice.
Yeah. Fly and lice.
uh, fried rice and lice too.
Yeah, because they want to say this like the fry rice.
Fried rice, yes. And they say fly lice. So yeah, and that's really sad because you know because there is it's different when there's not a meaning when you make the pronunciation mistake, but when there is a meaning, that's the problem. So
Yes.
yeah, and actually, okay, your thing with
Mhm.
C and she
Mhm.
actually is better than with it and E. So it and E, if you had problems with that, that would be worse, I think. So anyway, um, yeah, pronunciation is
Mhm.
fun. And do you guys like to do tongue twisters?
Uh,
Tongue twister.
tongue twister. Yeah, sometimes. Not
Yeah.
always. Yeah.
Okay,
No,
because I,
not for me.
yeah, because I rarely use them in teaching, but I know that I've noticed in the verbally class schedule that some of the teachers are teaching with tongue
Mhm.
twisters, which is a great
And
way to learn pronunciation.
mhm.
But but
and
I
maybe some student it's very difficult to master the exact sound. In that
mhm,
case, maybe adding additional information is good to prevent misunderstanding.
exactly,
Yeah, just
exactly.
the one word is yeah could be yeah, cause a misunderstanding.
Or learning a word that means the same, learning a synonym, which is easier to say. For
Mm.
example, a word that I have a really hard time saying that that for years I always got wrong is the word lawyer,
Lawyer.
because I would always say
Lawyer.
lawyer. I would say
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
lawyer, but it's lawyer. So I started using the word attorney. So they mean the exact same thing, but it's easier to say. And so if you know that you have a pronunciation issue, you find a different word that means the same or similar, and then you add information as well. So, but like tongue twisters and pronunciation issues, those kind of issues are better. Like for me, for example, I definitely can help people in those areas, but it's a one-to-one class that makes more sense, because when you're in a group of students and everybody has a different language, you all have different needs. So with two people, it's not a problem, but when there's 7 or 8 people, it's like stopping to help somebody say a
Yeah,
V and a W when nobody else has that problem.
yeah, it takes a
So,
long time. Yeah, but
yeah.
as you said, knowing proper tongue position is very helpful to
Yeah.
sound. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, in terms of the th sound, I couldn't even imagine that kind of tongue position human can do. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, but my sister at that time was studying English in university, so she taught me the tongue position about th. So I
Yeah.
practiced with that tongue position. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very helpful.
It
Yeah.
was, and I had one student. I taught him that the tongue position, and he was doing this. You know, his mouth was,
Yeah,
his
it
tongue was coming
requires
out
a
of his
lot
mouth.
of practice. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But I remember this one guy. I met him during the Christmas holidays for like these 8-hour long seminar type classes for like 2 or 3 days. And I guess I spent maybe 10 minutes with him on a tongue twister for TH because he was having troubles with that. And I showed him the tongue position. And I didn't see him again for a year. And he came back and he said, Holly, did you know that you showed me that tongue twister, showed me how to say the TH? And I spent hours practicing it in the car, and now I have no problems. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. So, but if you know, if you learn that where the tongue goes and that kind of stuff, it's really makes it much easier. So, all right.
Yes.
Well, guys, thank you very much for this pleasant conversation. I hope you guys learned something new, and have a wonderful evening. I guess it's both your evenings, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So, almost.
Very similar time though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's in the afternoon in Japan.
Yeah,
What time?
maybe your
Four
time zone is
o'clock.
what? Now it's
It's
almost 5 p.m. here.
5 p.m. It's 9 p.m. here.
Oh, so it's a 4-hour difference.
Wow,
Yes.
really?
Oh, wow. Okay. And it's 1 a.m. here, so I'm heading to bed. So see you guys later. Thank you.
See you.
Okay.
Good
See
night.
Bye.
you all.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.